Good afternoon, everybody. I am Jennifer Talley, the mayor here in Graham. Want to welcome you to City of Graham's Tree City USA 2023 Arbor Day, having it here in our chambers. Unfortunately, we got a bad weather forecast and we decided to move it here yesterday because it was supposed to be a washout at the park. And we didn't want everybody to be standing in tents that maybe weren't that secure as well either because of the winds and things. So safety is best, but it turned out to be a beautiful day. So we can go visit the tree that was planted in honor of Alan Manus. And so we'll talk a little bit about that later. Everybody will please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I'm so happy to be here today. Today is my birthday. And what better way to celebrate my birthday than Arbor Day? I have for many years dedicated trees here in Graham to some of the most wonderful people that have been here in Graham. And today I read the proclamation, April 28th, 2023, and proclaim Arbor Day here in the city of Graham. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil and wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, increase property value, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees are a source of joy and renewal, now therefore I, Jennifer Talley, Mayor of the City of Graham, do hereby proclaim April 28th, 2023 as Arbor Day in the City of Graham and challenge all the citizens to support this project and to extend to all involved in this effort our sincere appreciation for their dedication in planting trees to promote the well-being of this and future generations. This is the 28th day of April, 2023. And now I'm going to ask someone to come up to talk to the North Carolina Forest Service. Couldn't be here today. They had another event, but we're going to give this presentation on behalf of the North Carolina Forest Service.
Yes, I am not Smokey the Bear. So I'm presenting this on behalf of the North Carolina Forest Service, and I'm going to read the script that I was given. It says, on behalf of the National Arbor Day Foundation and the North Carolina Forest Service, I am honored to recognize the City of Graham for achieving its 42nd Tree City USA Award. Graham is one of 75 cities and towns in North Carolina and one of over 3,600 in the nation to receive this recognition. The Tree City USA program is a partnership between the North Carolina Forest Service and the National Arbor Day Foundation. Awards are presented annually to cities and towns that demonstrate a commitment to making their communities more livable by planting and caring for trees. To receive this recognition, Graham must have a public tree ordinance, a tree board and/or city department responsible for tree care and management, a community forestry program that meets annual funding requirements, and an annual Arbor Day observance and proclamation that celebrates the benefits of trees. The community forestry program in Graham thrives because of the combination of dedicated tree board members, city staff, elected officials, and the business community, homeowners, and all residents who take pride in improving the quality of life in Graham through environmental stewardship. I am proud to present the City of Graham with its 42nd Tree City USA Award.
Thank you so much. So I want to talk a little bit about our Appearance Commission Tree Board here. I want to introduce Carmen, the chairman of our tree board. Chairman Larimore served on the tree board for 2 years and is the current chairman. She has led the planning of the events with project social media input, solicitation of businesses for awards and prizes for winners of Arbor Day contest. Her efforts on the board are absolutely immeasurable. Carmen has a passion for local government and volunteering. She and her husband, along with her 4-year-old and 2-year-old daughters, have resided in Graham since 2018. They love living in Graham and enjoy the beautiful trees in their neighborhood and throughout our lovely city. We'll bring her up, and then I believe she will introduce the rest of the tree board members to give their presentations.
Trees contribute so much to our local environment. They clean our air, they cool down temperatures, they absorb sounds such as traffic, and trees can even lower our energy bills by up to 25%. Green spaces improve mental health, they provide food, and of course, they provide beauty. Tree stewardship matters. Planting trees and caring for the trees that we have is so important in order to continue to enjoy these benefits. It is necessary that we plant in the right season, correct environment, and give them necessary water and nutrients to thrive. Trees provide us with so many wonderful benefits. I am grateful for rope swing memories and apple picking in the backyard adventures. It is important that we give care and respect in return. Up next is Judy Hall, who has served on the board since 2021. She enjoys planning Arbor Day events and volunteering for the Appearance Commission. She has lived in the city of Graham for 18 years and resides with her husband, Ricky. Judy has a wealth of knowledge on plants, and it is a tremendous help to our commission. We couldn't do it without her.
Oh, oh, yes. Okay.
That's okay. If you can come up and do the history for us, and then Judy, just to go along down our agenda. Zipporah serves on our Historic Commission and our Appearance and Tree Board.
Good afternoon, Mayor Talley, the city manager, assistant city manager, and all of the city employees and all of those who came out to celebrate with us today. Arbor Day is a very special day. And looking out at the children that's gathered here today and participated into the poem event, it just makes my heart glad. And I am glad to be here today. Arbor Day, as already had been noted, was founded by a journalist named Julius Sterling Morgan, and who moved to Nebraska in the early 1870s. At that time, he was a journalist and a very good writer. So he influenced people with his writing. And by doing so, he officially had an Arbor Day presented to all of the Nebraskans. And they were to plant trees in their community. And he also went and he had an actual Arbor Day inducted onto April 10th, 1872. And at that time, he made a commitment to Nebraskans that they would plant 1 million trees. So I don't know if we're ready for that commitment here in Graham today or not, but we're definitely committed just by coming out today, and we thank you. Within 20 years, this great guy, he had went to every state except Delaware had accepted Arbor Day, and they were celebrating it. And Bert C. Northrop introduced the concept to Japan, which also spread it and influenced the concept across Europe and Canada and Australia. Arbor Day was supported by President Theodore Roosevelt, who issued the proclamation to the School of Children of the United States in 1907. And he was telling the children to celebrate Arbor Day and how important it was and how important trees were to our environment. And he made a great influence and a great impact on many minds. And it went on to show that by one of those children may have been possibly watching or hearing him on the radio or seeing something in the newspaper where it impacted, who also became to be one of our great presidents, Nixon, in 1970. Thanks to him, Arbor Day was recognized nationwide. Arbor Day was established to be celebrated on the last day of the month in April in the United States. And he had 10 famous trees that this particular writer wrote about. And the first tree was a chestnut tree, and it was recognized in Amsterdam, Netherlands. The second tree was a Liberty tree, and it was recognized in Boston, Massachusetts. The Isaac Newton's apple tree was recognized in Worcester, England, and Charter Oak was Hartford, Connecticut. The September 11th survivor tree, New York City, New York. The sixth tree was the major oak. It was Edwardstown, England. And then the Japanese cherry trees, Washington, D.C. And the one that really I can resonate with is because it was part of our family every year vacation in April. We found that we were in Virginia the last weekend in April. Myself being a stroke victim, I didn't realize that until I was talking with my siblings about having to talk about Arbor Day today. And my sister says, oh God, you can really do well with that, because remember, every year we would go to Virginia, and we would go to where? Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia. I said, yeah, we did used to do that. So what was that all about? And she went on to tell me about how we would go, and my father would explain to many that would gather about the Emancipation Oak tree, which is now still on the campus of Hampton University. And that was the tree where many gathered in 1863 on Hampton University. African Americans gathered to listen to the first reading of the South alleged to the reading of the Emancipation of the Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln. General Sherman of the Civil War tree, it now sits in the Sequoia National Park. I don't know if you've ever visited, but if you haven't, it's a great trip. And it's in California. And it's considered to be the world's largest tree by volume. And according to the National Park Service, the tree is 274.9 feet tall. And that could be possibly enough wood to build maybe 120 average sized homes. The tree surpasses the tree named after our great general, Ulysses S. Grant, in the nearby Kings Canyon. Their parks are very closely in location. It can be a day's trip for both parks, and there's a village there also named after Ulysses Grant. The Bodhi tree, number 10, not last and not least, but it was recognized as the Bosch Gala in India, and where allegedly Buddhism was born after meditating for 7 days. But these facts were all given on by Christopher Klein. And so then I said, but I want local information as well. So I called a couple of people, reached out a couple of people, and they were giving me the information that you can find online. I said, I got all of that. I want to talk to someone. So who was available? Our great Mayor, Jennifer Talley. She picked up the phone and she did a short interview with me, and she went over some of the things about this Graham and how we can communicate and relate to it here in Graham. So in Graham, North Carolina, she stated that Arbor Day has a special significance. She indicated that the city is known for its natural beauty and green spaces, and trees play a crucial role in maintaining this environment. She said that trees provide numerous benefits to our community, including improving our air quality, reducing the urban heat island effect, and providing habitat for wildlife. In addition, she went on to say that trees can increase property values and enhance the aesthetic beauty of our neighborhoods and public spaces. Planting trees, she said, that is an important way to support the health and well-being of our community. She said trees absorb the dioxide and other pollutants from the air, which helps us to reduce air pollution and improve respiratory health. She said trees also provide shade and cooling, which can reduce energy costs and improve the overall comfort of our community. She said Arbor Day is an opportunity for everyone in Graham to come together and plant trees in our community. And she said that planting trees, we can contribute to the health and the vitality of our city. She said, and ensures that future generations can enjoy the benefits of our healthy and vibrant environment. In conclusion, she said that Arbor Day is an important holiday that celebrates the values of trees and the benefits that provide to our community. And by planting trees and supporting their growth, we can contribute to the healthier, more sustainable future for Graham and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zipporah. Judy, if you'll come forward. Judy has serves on the Tree and Appearance Board as well. And she's always volunteering to help and make Graham beautiful.
Well, I'm going to read a poem. I did not write it. I understand we have some masters of the pen today that are going to read their poems. But this one's by John Russell, and it says, poplar trees are the happiest. Poplar trees are laughing trees with lilting silver call. Willow trees droop weepily and never laugh at all. Maple trees are gorgeous trees in crimson, silk, and gold. Pine trees are but sober trees, aloof and very old. Black oak trees walk sturdily, and the live oaks eager run. The sycamores stand lazily beneath the summer sun. But poplar trees are laughing trees wherever they may grow. The poplar trees are happiest of all the trees I know.
Oh, how nice. Very nice. And let's see. Now we will have our councilman, Bonnie Whitaker, play Plant Conservation Trees by John Denver. You didn't know that we had such talent. I think we should do a talent show. Yeah, no, it's good.
The only audience I have played to for the past probably 20 years is my dog.
Well, did he sit there quietly or did he howl?
Well, I was gonna say, if I look like I'm stumbling or I'm gonna take a word, my dog would normally just kind of sigh really heavily and then just kind of fall over on the floor and go. So, you know, y'all notice that I'm stumbling. Feel free to sigh loudly, go. And maybe that'll snap me out of it. So hopefully Mr. John Denver will approve and we'll fly down here and just kind of assess them. Scold me for messing up his call. So plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that fills the air. Plant a tree, trees for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Feel the breeze, it lives inside you. Make a promise to the earth. Plant a tree today, for it is time to appreciate the trees for all their worth. Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's a tree that fills the air. Plant a tree, trees for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Make a shady place to rest in. Make a place for birds to sing. Make a forest for tomorrow begins with every spring. Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that fills the air. Plant a tree for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Yes, plant a tree today for all the world to share.
Yay! was so great. Great job. Made John Denver proud. All right. I love it. I love it. The Arbor Day recap and winners to be announced. And if you ever have, Zipporah mentioned earlier about the trees in the Sequoia forest. My son, when he was 16, I think, asked our family, they got to pick a trip anywhere they want to go. And he said, I want to go see the trees and this. And I'm like, oh, isn't there a beach we can visit? Don't you want to see a beach or something like with sand and, you know? And I couldn't have been more wrong. I mean, I'm fine with saying when I'm wrong, because I tell you, it is one of the most magical bucket list experiences you can ever take your family to. All four of us were on one side of the tree, and it really, it leaves such an impression on you of just how mighty Mother Nature is. And it just really puts a lot of different things in perspectives. It was absolutely amazing trip, absolutely beautiful. And now I try to get everybody that kind of was like me, that maybe didn't see the value at the time, but it's an amazing trip to take your family on.
Shows you the value of trees. Oh, okay. So I am Noel Purcell, and I am on the tree board and the Appearance Commission, and also the Historical Museum Commission. And my husband is the guy that you see around town with his little green hat and his little orange vest and picking up trash. And I have lived here for 28 years and love Graham. Always have loved Graham. So I'm going to talk about, so we did a poetry contest for younger humans, younger people, to provide us with some poems. And we have our 3 winners, and I think 2 of them are here today. And I'd like to invite them up to read their poems to us. So the first one is Alana Jerkins. Would you like to come read your poem, honey?
Thank you for participating.
Do you want to hold this?
Yes. What's your age?
I'm 10.
10 years old, okay?
My name is Alana Jerkins, and my poem is called To Be a Tree. To be a tree, how would that be for me to be a tree? My wild roots thrust into the ground, my trunk stretching toward the sky. My children swing and climb in my branches and sit under my shade. But alas, it's not reality for me to be a tree.
Good. Congratulations.
It's in right there, and we'll let your
Yep. And we also have Emma Kingsley Jones. It's kind of intimidating being in front of all these people, isn't it? I know, but you wrote a beautiful poem. So if you just introduce yourself and just read your poem, okay?
I'm so nervous, I'm shaking like a leaf. My name is Emma, I'm 11 years old, and this is my poem called Maple Tree. Maple tree, just a seed in the wind, spinning spirals, spinning down. Maple tree, just a seed in the earth, growing roots, stretching far in the ground. Maple tree, unfurling her green, opening up until the sun hits her sheen. Maple tree, faster, faster. Oops, I missed a line. Maple tree, now a spring sprout, as the oaks grow new leaves and the pines swing about. Maple tree, faster, faster, growing taller, stealing sun and sucking water. The bees buzz around her as they pollinate, and the birches and the beeches expand their estate. Maple tree, wood white and smooth, growing more rings, no longer a youth. Each autumn she drops her leaves like all the trees do, except for the evergreens. Their color stays true. Maple tree goes dormant again as the sun warms the stems where the leaves should have been. Her shadow is outlined in the fading light. Maple tree, a boom of thunder off in the distance. The wind picks up with angry persistence. Dark, ominous clouds fill up the skies. With a sickening crack of lightning, the maple tree dies. The clouds clear and the rain stops. The forest is covered in litter and wood, not even a shadow of where she once stood. Maple tree, something floats in the breeze. A small little seed, spinning spirals, spinning free.
Can we get a picture? Herman, Judy, Sephora, anybody that's from the commission, if you're here, if you want to come up and sit back today.
Okay. Got it. Then we did have a third winner who wasn't able to be with us today, and that was Aiden Orlana. And should I read the poem? Yeah. Okay. I have to find it in my list, in my group of things here. This is Aiden's poem. It's an Arbor Day poem. On Arbor Day, we celebrate the beauty of trees is so great. Their branches stretch up to the sky as if reaching for the stars up high. From tiny seeds, they grow so tall, providing shelter for one and all. Their leaves rustle in the gentle breeze, a symphony of nature's melodies. They give us shade on sunny days and shelter from the rain and haze. They clean the air that we breathe in. Their mighty presence is akin to kin. For every tree that we do plant, a new life sprouts to enchant. The world with green and vibrant hues is as nature sings its joyous muse. On Arbor Day, we honor trees, their gifts of life we can't appease. We pledge to cherish and protect their beauty and wonder we'll never forget. And that was Aiden Orelon.
So I want to say a little bit about the tree that we're planting at South Graham. That's where we were originally scheduled to be today. It has been planted. Tim, what kind of tree is it? A white oak, and it's located as you go into the park. Okay, so it is planted. I encourage all of y'all to go in and visit South Grand Park and see where the tree is planted. I think we're going to be having another dedication ceremony in regards to that, but that tree is being planted. My husband and I knew Alan Manus for many, many years. For those of you that don't know, he was a fireman here that served the city of Graham for 23 years. And we lost him last year. He became ill right after he retired and really shortly after that. And it's been very difficult for his family, the employees here, and we just want to do something in remembrance of him. And I can tell you, I've dedicated a lot of these trees. And it's so nice to see on Facebook or on social media. Every spring, you'll have family members that will go out and take pictures as the trees are blooming or the leaves are coming on and coming out, from the trees. And it's just really nice. It's a very nice reminder and a great reason to plant a tree is in remembrance of someone. So I highly encourage you to do that. We started doing that many, many years ago. I just want everyone to know who he was and know what he meant to this community and to his fellow firemen and to the city of Graham. We very much appreciate him. And is there anyone from the family that would like to speak? So yes, and he was very, very special to us. And you could call him at any time and he would be there for you. He was very much had a servant's heart. Tommy, is there anything you'd like to say?
He lived down, one of a kind, to do anything for you. He's the kind of person that we all.
Yeah.
We look forward to dedicating the tree on May 26th. It's our first Responder Friday. I forgot what it's called, but anyway, we'll be at South Grand Park, and we're going to do a really nice dedication for Al.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so very much for everyone. 3 o'clock, May 26th at 3 o'clock. Okay. Let's see here. We will now play the national anthem to retire the flag. Still gets to you, right? Thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you celebrating Arbor Day with us here in Graham. And